Hello everybody, this is SodaFan2K10 here with yet another Lego MOC showcase, and today we have the Nintendo store and the sweet shop. I'm including these two together because they really are pretty much built together. If I were to turn these up like this, you can see these are all built on the same base plate. It's both built on a 16 by 32 base plate, and the whole purpose behind these buildings was just to use up colours of bricks that I had too many of back when I built this. I mentioned in the flower shop that I had a lot of yellow bricks. Well, I went to the Lego store years back and I went to the pick-a-brick wall and they had yellow 1 by 6 bricks, and I picked up about 30 or 40 of them. I don't know why, and I wish, well, not that I wish I hadn't, but you know, I already had enough yellow bricks back then, and suddenly I've just gone and bought even more of them. So I wanted to make use of them, and I went ahead and built these two buildings. And I'm very happy, whoops, I'm very happy with how these two buildings turned out indeed. So as you just saw there, the roofs of these buildings both do come off, they're not attached at all. And we're going to start off by looking at the sweet shop, since this is the one I developed first. So we got the front door here, which I never put anything on here to actually open it up. Oh well. We got the front. We got a nice dark green and white awning going on here. Let me get you a little bit closer. And we have this sort of sign going on right up here. So we got a nice little cupcake. We got some cookies and such going on up here. So it really does tell you that it is a sweet shop. We've also got this little sign over here. I don't really know what this is. This is from a Mixels set, I believe. So I thought it was kind of cool and looked a bit like, you know, something chocolate or sweets or whatever. If we turn this around, you can see there's some windows right there. Those are fairly old style windows. And we have just a little bit of something on the side just to give a little bit of shaping. Let's go and take off this roof. All that comes with it. And take a look inside. So the inside of this building is fairly bright and cheerful, since it is a sweet shop, and this is based on 3 different styles of sweet shops that I've seen in my lifetime. Right over here, this is what's known as a pick and mix machine. Here, I'm not sure if you have too many of these in the US, but over here in the UK we have, in various superstores, we find these. These are actually a company called Candy King, and these little clear bricks are supposed to represent where you get your sweets from. I didn't really put any sort of simulation of bags or cups or shovels or anything to actually get your sweets out, but oh well, that's just how it all turned out. In the center here, this I believe can actually come out if I remember correctly. Yes, it can. It's just held down by some 2x2 jumper plates. So we can take a look at this separately. This is inspired by what I've seen from an American candy store, also from what I've seen in marketplaces. So these are literally just, it's literally just a tray or a table just full of trays of sweets. I tried to include as many bright coloured of studs as I could. We've got these, which are quite interesting. I'm not sure what they're representing, but they're interesting printed tiles. Some strawberries. These are supposed to be maybe Cadbury's bars or something. On the other side, we've got some cupcakes. And this time I did actually include some tongs, or what have you, as a way to actually, you know, pick up the sweets. But I still didn't put any way of containers or a bag or something to actually put them in. I'm going to leave that out for just a second because it makes it a little bit easier to see inside here. This is the third type of candy store that I have seen, and it is a very traditional style where you walk in, there's just shelves just full of jars of sweets. So I've just got tons and tons of these 1x1 cylinder bricks, and they all have these round tiles on top. And I actually used up every single one of these that I owned when I built this. I have more of them now, but back when this was built, I used up every single one of these clear 1x1 tiles. Right down there you can see some boxes just full of more sweets in case these ever get empty. I did do a little something to differentiate some of these. You can see some of these are built up with studs instead of cylinder bricks. That's just to show that these are actually somewhat empty. So the emptier ones are the most popular sweets, if that makes any sense. And I'm not really sure if you can see it, but I did put in a little bit of detail. There's a nice little view right down here. Right there. I put in a little suggestion of a support or like a bracket for the shells. And right there is a scale, a weighing scale for putting on the sweets. And we have a little boy here who's actually handing over some money to actually pay for his sweets, although he doesn't actually have any right now. And I've got some flowers, and that is a checkout register right there. There is also, I don't know if you can see it, right down there in the very corner, that's supposed to be a stepping stool, because if you look, you know, she can't exactly reach these higher shelves very well, so I've included a little stool so she can use. I also, this can come up, and that is literally about it for this store. There's another little boy down here, so let's just go and put this back like so. We will return the roof, and then we will move on to the Nintendo store. Nintendo is my favorite video game company, so I definitely wanted to do a Lego Nintendo store at some point. We've got some windows right here. We've got another set of awnings. Some embellishment of the walls right here. Got some rounded elements. These again, just a little bit of embellishment, just something, just to make things look a bit more interesting. And then the sign here, to get this N, I was originally going to have the word Nintendo spelled out here, but I just went with an N, and that actually looks a little like this. Let me take this off. It's built using a 1x1 Technic brick and just some angle plates, so it gives a really nice bold N letter, so I really like that. And it fits in, let me just get the roof, it fits in right there on the roof, and it fits perfectly. That's why this little slot is here, just to allow for that. So let's go take a look at the interior. We got a lot going on in here. Let me take out again this little center section. It's a little bit trickier this time. I took a little bit of something with it, but oh well. So, I should have pointed out right at the start, however, you'll notice in the windows we've got some big sprite models of Mario and a Pokeball. Those are my two favorite video game franchises, Mario and Pokemon, so I definitely want to include those. And also in this window, I don't know if you saw it at the beginning, but that is supposed to be a replica of the Master Sword from Legend of Zelda. Specifically, this is the model from Skyward Sword, which is a fantastic game, and we got a little kid admiring it right there. That is supposed to be a TV and a Nintendo Entertainment System. If I take this guy away just for a minute, there we go. That's supposed to be an NES. So this is an old game store, so you can play out a few games if you want to try them out before you buy them. There's the owner of the store, and these are supposed to be boxes of Nintendo 64 games. We have a shelf right here, so this is supposed to be a Super Mushroom. These are supposed to be representations of the three main styles of Pokeballs. Let me take this guy out really quick, you can get a little bit better view. There we go. So we got the standard Pokeball, we've got the Great Ball and the Ultra Ball. And these are supposed to represent Pikmin, another Nintendo franchise that I love. So we've got the red, yellow and blue Pikmin. And we can, before I put him back, there's a look at the sprites from this angle. Let me move her out of the way as well. Here, this one looks really weird. This Mario one, that's the top plate is supposed to be an eye, and that's supposed to be his mustache. I worked for a long time on this, and I'm still happy with it, as weird as it may look. And then we go put this guy back. very quickly. There he is. And let's go ahead and take a look at this little center section. So this is another little center island. These are supposed to be games. So we've got Wii U games, which were new at the time when I built this. These are supposed to be Wii games, and they've got all sorts of other different types of games down here as well. We spin this around. These are supposed to represent amiibo. So we've got some Mario series amiibo. You can imagine, you know, what any of these would be. So we've got, you know, pink could represent Princess Peach. Got blue, dark red, purple, red is Mario. You'll notice there's one missing, but if you didn't catch it, this guy down here is actually purchasing one. So that's a nice little thing to include. Let me go ahead and put this back very quickly. Just like that. And then the roof can go on. The detail of the roofs is the same on both. It just has these inverted slopes and these bricks with the rails on them. I apologize for not focusing correctly there. But yeah, that is pretty much it. So that's another building done. I'm quite happy with how these two turned out. I wish that I didn't have to build them on the same base plate, just so I could have one on the other side or something. But hey, that it was just part of the limitations that I had back when I built these a couple of years back. So I'm quite happy with them. I hope you enjoyed looking at them, and I hope you enjoyed watching this video. So let me know what you think. Thank you all very much for watching this video, and I hope you're looking forward to the next LEGO MOC showcase. Thank you for watching. I'll see you then.